of California for an organization called Kaiser Permanente, and they have a full scope of care. Their structure is set up to where you get your primary care, your acute care, the pediatricians, all of the medications, and your vaccines, all in the same organization. So with the COVID vaccine, they were administering it at my hospital. So when in February, so they released these shots to the practitioners in January of 2021, but they didn't release it to the public until close to the end of February. So by the beginning of March, I was starting to notice that my hospital was becoming slammed. And this is unusual because we get, winter rushes. This is how the hospital works. It's dead in the summer and it's full in the winter. Like, this is the cycle. And so I started noticing in March of 21 that it was very peculiar that I was starting to get all these calls to come to work because the hospital was understaffed. And it did not stop. I was in graduate school at the time for my double nurse practitioner degree, so I would do 3 weeks at the hospital and then I'd take some time off and study for my schooling. So by June, when I went into the hospital, I was there for 3 weeks. 3 weeks from March to April, and then another 3 weeks in the middle of June to the beginning of July. And I was working nonstop. I would work doubles basically every single shift. I was getting phone calls 3 times, sometimes 4 times a day to come to work because they were so understaffed at the hospital. And then in June, my manager approached me and he said to me, "Gail, this hospital has had 3 times more admissions than we have ever had since the hospital opened their doors." So that's a 300% increase in hospitalizations directly associated to the onset of these shots. So,
do you mind me asking what you were seeing? Were you seeing heart conditions, blood clots, or were
yes.
you seeing COVID?
So, and this was actually, so during that week, it was the end of June, it was around the 28th of that month when my